this out.
This is
Nova's Jodie and Hayesy.
Welcome to the podcast, and who would have thought, Andrew Hayes? Guess what gets people riled up?
Is it this?
Unexpected item in bagging area.
Anything to do with supermarkets.
Yeah, who would have thought? And that. Oh my God, I'm going to explode.
And we get the supermarkets are trying to save money by making us do it all ourselves, but I'm not about it.
Yeah.
And neither's anyone else.
Jeez, didn't you have some friends in this sphere?
Didn't I just?
Oh my gosh.
Enjoy.
A lot of people just going the hell off. It's good.
What the fork?
What the fork?
What the fork is happening? Welcome back.
Welcome back to What the Fork. This was born out of the fact that there are no forks in any kitchen, in any workplace in South Australia ever.
Yeah.
Mainly because Abby from the newsroom has stolen them all.
Yep. That's a South Australian branch.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you've ventured into other states, have you, Abby?
Well, I lived in Queensland for 4.5 years.
Yeah, no
Do you
forks.
think they had any forks up there?
Yeah, they
forks
had
there.
a fork shortage as well.
Anywho, this can translate and reach out to all facets of our life where you look at a situation and you go, what the fork?
Yeah.
What is that about? Let's do the supermarket edition.
Oh.
I could start on the fact that I saw Vegemite baked beans last night in the supermarket. Vegemite baked beans.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
I like the ham ones. The ham baked beans, they're good.
Yeah, I like that as a flavour.
Yeah.
I don't mind that it's a couple of savoury items trying to form a bit of a combination. I just get upset when it's a sweet and savoury and like, oh, let's have a bit of a duo. And it's like, no, it's not going to work.
Yeah, it's like the sweet popcorn. I don't get that. I don't
Yeah.
get that. Popcorn's not supposed to be sweet.
Oh, caramel popcorn's quite delicious.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you do you, boo.
Yeah, and then caramel and then salt came together and it's like, what's going on here?
Yeah, no, salted caramel's quite nice. Anywho, we digress. My real beef with the supermarkets is they put in the self-serve checkouts to save money, right? On staff. We don't have to pay wages.
It's handy.
That's fine. So they're essentially getting customers to do the work by going through a self-checkout.
Yeah.
So much so at my local supermarket now, there's been times where there's been not one person on a checkout, so you're forced to go through the self-checkout, which is fine. Don't mind it. Liked playing shops as a kid, all good.
Yeah.
However, when the bleeping thing doesn't work and every second item you hear this...
Unexpected item in bagging area.
Oh, it's frustrating, isn't it?
But for no apparent reason, also.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's got, oh, please seek assistance. And then half the time they're just wandering around like, oh, what are we even doing here?
Oh my gosh, the guys that are working there, because all they hear all day is just constant bang, bang, bang. So they're like half dead zombies. They're like, I'm on the edge. So I don't even bother them.
What do you
If
mean?
it's early
Yeah.
in their transactions, I'll pick up my stuff and go to the next one.
What do you mean?
I pick up my stuff and then go on to the next available
Oh, if that
teller.
assistance needed thing comes
Yeah.
up, you can't do that.
So
then
when
you're
you
just
do this-
wrecking.
Unexpected item in bagging area.
Yeah, okay, cool. Well, I'll take my business elsewhere to the next checkout. Meanwhile, the original one is like wigging out, going, unexpected item. It's almost blowing
But
up.
hang on, you've left that mess for someone else to contend with then. So you've essentially, like a bomb's gone off and you've gone, well, that's not my problem
Yeah.
anymore, and you've gone to the next checkout.
Yeah, move on. You've got to move on with these things.
That's a metaphor for Hazy's life.
Just leaving fires everywhere. On to the next fire.
Starting fires, not even realised he started a fire, and then just moved on.
Yeah, classic.
13 24 10, please get involved. Also, text line 0400 919 919.
Yeah.
Thoughts on this?
Yeah.
What the fork in the supermarket? What don't you understand?
Things that really take you over the edge.
Yeah.
What about you, Newsreader Abby? You got any examples for us?
My bugbear is people who pick up meat or anything cold or frozen and they're walking around. Obviously, they've gone, oh, I don't want to get it or it's too expensive or whatever. And they leave it on a shelf that's not a frozen or a cool shelf.
Yeah.
So you've got like meat sitting in where the biscuits are or frozen, a bag of frozen chips and they don't want it anymore, so they chuck it on the shelf
So-
with the Coke.
Is that essentially stealing because you've ruined that item?
Well, that's my bugbear, is that we have so much food wastage. Sorry to be a Debbie Downer, but we have so much food wastage in the world, which causes, is one of the biggest contributors to emissions. And they're not going to be able to put that food back in the freezer. They're going to have to chuck it.
What about those poor people, though, that said, I'll just have 400 grams of turkey, and then it was like $12 and they're like, oh, I can't afford that.
That happened to me the other day. And I
Did
got
it?
to the checkout checkout, and I was like, oh, I don't need this anymore.
So what did you do with it?
I gave it to the lady at the checkout, and she went and put it back to the deli.
Yeah, but then who's going to go to the deli and go, I'm going to have that lady's leftover turkey, thanks?
Well, no one's touched it or used it. Chuck it back in there.
Just take it to the self-serve.
Unexpected item in bagging area.
Great. 2014.
Yeah.
You big bugbears at a supermarket?
Yeah, every caller who gets on air goes into running for winter weekend escapes, which is essentially you can go anywhere you want in South Australia for an escape.
Very good stuff.
Let's go to Rick from Windsor Gardens. Hi, Rick. What the fork?
Oh, hey, what the fuck? I hate it when they put their chocolate on special, but they take the snack off and hide it out the back.
Oh, yes.
What do you mean they take the snack off?
The snack type of chocolate.
Any dear chocolate that's a good seller, they hide it. They don't put it on special. They take the snack and the peppermint and they keep it out the back till the sale's finished.
Are you
And
joking?
I've asked them one day,
Yeah.
where's the snack chocolate? And she goes to me, oh, it's probably sold out already. I said, but I just saw you just put the stickers on.
Oh, Rick.
And what'd you say to that?
She had no answer. She told me to go to the front desk.
Take that up at the front.
And you go to the front desk and she's too busy serving someone 30 bags of shopping in the 12 item section.
Yeah, and all I could say to you was...
Unexpected item in bagging area.
Yeah, and another thing is when you go to the self-checkout, you get your bag, you scan it, you put it down, and it says, are you using your own bag?
That is so...
And you just paid for it. It's ridiculous.
It just went through. 15 cents. It's
Yeah,
been clocked
unexpected
up.
item in bagging area.
And you're like, I paid the 15 cents. Shut up.
Oh, my God.
And then they're too busy running around on their roller skates trying to avoid everyone. You've got to wait half an hour for them to come and take the bag off.
Spot on, Rick.
Rick.
Gosh, it feels like you've been building up to this moment your
Yeah.
whole life, I reckon.
Oh, I have. I think the shopping market should be paying us a wage.
Oh, totally. Get on the payroll. Casual staff. Good on you,
perfect.
Rick. Wow.
Good stuff.
He was triggered, wasn't he?
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Set the bar high there.
Let's go to Steph from Hillbank. Steph, what you got for us? What the fork in the supermarket?
Oh, so my local Coles have just gone and rearranged the whole store, and I've been going there for 5 years, and I'm like, where the hell is everything?
Oh, my gosh. That's the
get
thing,
it.
isn't it? So I go to Coles at Welland.
Yeah.
I know where absolutely everything is in its place. When I go to a different supermarket,
Yeah.
you're completely lost. And being an idiotic male that I am, I will refuse to ask people where the things actually are.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
look for an extra 20 minutes.
Yeah, and oh God, while we're at it, Steph, do you know the other thing is the labels, like in the middle of the aisle, never really seem to correctly reflect what is exactly in there.
Yeah.
100%. Or they don't, like, have labels for the whole section in the aisle.
Yes.
So you're going up and down, you're like, where is this?
Oh man. And don't get me started on where to find the replacement for your soda stream. Oh my God, that's like a whole maze in itself,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Jeez. A lot of angry customers out there.
It is funny though how you get to know where everything is, and then you go to a different supermarket, for example, and you're like, this makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
And you wander around aimlessly, and you nearly start
ridiculous.
crying.
And the specifics of trying to look for something like, I just need 3 AAA batteries, but being a bloke, you're looking for the sign.
Yeah.
Why doesn't it tell me specifically down this aisle where the batteries are? Supermarkets like, we like to broaden our horizons just a
Yes.
little bit more than that.
True.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
congratulations. Steph is in the running for the Winter Weekend Escapes, which will be drawn on Friday.
Yeah, very good stuff. Hey, Ken still send us a text as well, 0400 919 919. If you're heading to the supermarket today, well, happy shopping. Enjoy. You're going to have a really good experience.
Unexpected item in bagging area.
For great deals and cheeky getaways, whatif.com has just the place.
A winter hideaway's great, but bring on spring.
Jump on the What If app to book hotels, apartments, holiday rentals, and more.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
Oh, Tori Spelling has just got herself into a bit of a pickle again. Of course, Tori Spelling, you know how it works. For those playing along at home, 90210, what an institution that was.
And I felt sorry for her because she was always the girl that everyone was like, oh, Tori Spelling, Dad's Aaron Spelling, nepotism.
Yeah.
Poor Tori.
Poor Tori.
Even though she was quite good in the little role.
Yeah, she did pretty well, didn't she?
Yeah.
No Luke Perry,
No.
bless him,
No.
watching us and listening to us from above.
Is it?
No doubt. Shout out to you, Luke. Loved you in 8 seconds, by the way. Good stuff. So Tori Spelling has been involved in a
R.I.P.
situation
Luke.
where someone, yeah, exactly right, where someone has sent her a text bagging her accidentally.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is such a outrageous situation I reckon most people have been involved in, and if you have been as well, 13, 24, 10. So she, in what this article is saying, has gone through a bit of a housing crisis where
Yes.
she's dealing with a real estate agent.
Okay.
She needs 1 month worth of accommodation.
Okay.
So, so the real estate agent goes to text somebody else and accidentally texts Tori.
What did
And
they
he says, the latest bizarre inquiry. She writes back, I'm sorry, I'm assuming that wasn't meant for me. He still hasn't caught on that it's actually Tori Spelling.
Oh, he's gone again.
He said, it's more for Karen. Tori Spelling has been asking for a 1 month rental. If you follow the situation on TMZ, it's all very amusing.
Oh, no. Oh, dear.
Absolutely outraged to which she eventually just sort of says, hey, this is actually Tori Spelling.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I mean, the anguish that would go through him when you actually realise it's Tori Spelling, and also it's work related. That's my client that I'm bagging.
Yeah, that's true. Didn't she have a bizarre scenario where she discovered that her husband was cross-dressing?
What?
Remember that?
Oh my God, I didn't know where you were going with that
It
one.
was a whole thing.
I could have predicted so many things, but not that.
You didn't know that Tori Spelling's ex-husband is a cross-dresser?
No, 13, 24, 10. When did you catch your husband cross-dressing?
That's not what we're doing.
That's not what
when
we're
did
doing.
you text the wrong person? 13, 24, 10. We've had someone in our team do it.
Yes. And also, I mean, so you're talking about Josh.
Yeah.
Josh, our cameraman. So this is a situation I'm so scared of because your phones are so sensitive now.
Yeah.
And when you're having a good old session bagging someone
Yeah.
and you say their name 3 or 4 times and your phone calls them.
Yeah.
And your phone goes, I see what you're trying to do here. You want to call them, do you? No, I want to bag them.
So that happened to Josh?
Yeah.
Siri called on his behalf when he was bagging someone.
Yes. Because you say the name and I've Siri's like, I get it. Let's give them a call.
I understand how people do it because if you're right, if you're bagging someone, their name is in your head. So it's very easy. And I've done it before where I've been bagging someone and then I've typed their name and almost sent a text.
Obviously didn't quite.
No, well, yeah, that was one occasion, but we won't mention who.
Yes, right, okay. There was a particular incident at a different workplace that I don't know of where one of my colleagues actually sent a text to another one of my colleagues bagging someone else from a different organisation, but ended up sending the particular text to the person of that other organisation. There was nothing else that this particular person could say except for, I'm sorry, I stuffed up.
And I know the situation that you're talking about. Oh, dear. And in a work sense, too, it comes across as so unprofessional.
Yes.
But 13, 24, 10, dob yourself in here. If you sent the wrong person the wrong text.
Don't forget as well, anyone who gets on air this morning gets in the draw for our winter weekend escape, which we're going to announce on Friday.
What about when I sent you that text and said, Hayesy's such a D-head? And you went, new phone, who dis?
What about when you said, are you sure you can't do breakfast, Rennie? Because otherwise I'll have to go to Hayesy.
Let's go to Sam from Windsor Gardens. What happened, Sam?
So I was emailing. I was sort of like trying to rant about my boss. I'd been working with this person for a couple of months. And she kind of gave me all the crappy jobs and all the jobs that she didn't want to do. And she was very lazy and I had to do most of her work.
Yeah.
So I went to go rant about it and I sent it to her.
Oh, my God.
Oh, jeez.
And it wasn't until about maybe 10 minutes after that I realised what I'd done. And I was like, oh, my gosh, what am I going to do?
Sam, that sensation when you realise what you've done just creeps up your body, doesn't it? And you're
Yeah.
like, oh, my.
My gut just dropped right to the floor.
And so did she reply?
No, so she didn't reply to the email. She, I kind of was watching her throughout the day and she kind of just went all, I don't know, she just went all weird and quiet for the day. And then I got pulled into a meeting with her and the big boss, and I knew exactly what it was about and I just had no idea what to do and I just burst out in tears and walked out.
Yes.
So,
That's a good defence. When you burst into tears, it changes everything.
No, I couldn't even help it.
and so did you get sacked or not?
No, I didn't. No. So when I went back, I ended up just going, I'm very, very sorry. I was only 19 at this stage. I was, almost fresh into the working area.
Yeah.
And I just went back and I said, I'm so, so sorry. I was so frustrated about, everything that she was doing. Basically just apologised and said it will never happen again. And then I just ended up moving to working under a different person.
Yeah, good plan. Good plan.
Yeah.
The old tears tactic's a good one, isn't it? Thanks, Sam. Let's go to Alex from Somerton Park. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning.
Who did you
I
miss?
was working in
Go.
I was working in the snow, and my boss, he actually owned villas in Greece Islands as well, and he made me go down to Melbourne and go pick him up and pick something up from there where he could have driven up himself.
Yep.
And I was with him at the time and messaged my manager, basically saying pretty bad stuff about him, very bad stuff about him.
Yeah.
And then I just heard his message tone ding, and I was like, oh no.
Oh my God.
Grabbed the phone off him, basically kind of shouldered him out the way because he was about to read it. Grabbed the phone off him, and I was like, oh, no, I just need to get a number off you. I need to get my manager's number. But clearly I had it. Like, I worked with him every day.
Oh my God.
And just grabbed it off, deleted it. And then I went back and I thought about it. I was like, oh, he's got deleted. Do you have deleted messages? It was like back in 2007 or something.
Yeah.
So I went, grabbed his phone again for another reason.
Wait, I need it for a different reason.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me just go on your boss's phone. It's like a 60-year-old man.
Yeah.
Like, can I just have a look at your phone for a sec?
Yeah.
Wow. Did you get away with it, Alex?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I worked there for another 6 years.
Good work, Alex.
Yeah.
Very good job. A couple of texts coming through as well. This one from Wayne says, my ex accidentally texted me telling the person she was cheating on me with to come over.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, that is outrageous.
Yeah. I wonder if she still denied it after that.
Yeah, no, it wasn't me.
What was it?
It's my cat texting. Everyone who's getting on air this morning as well gets a chance for our winter weekend escape. Another text coming through as well, outrageous stuff. It's going to read this blindly. It says, g'day guys, love the show. The clowns at Nova are talking about wrong text messages again. Love your work, Roo.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Hazy's on Miss Daisy.
Welcome to Wednesday. Time for a little slice of knowledge. How would you like to take it? In the form of like a cake-shaped little thing that you can ingest?
Just orally, thank you.
Oh, okay, sure. I don't know why I was so offended by that, but here we are. Here's your old serving of some knowledge on this Daisy. Let's go back to 1939, 26th of July. That's when John Howard was born at Earlwood in New South Wales. He's 84 years old today.
Is he 84?
Yeah.
Little Johnny, welcome to the world, darling.
Of course, so many good things he did for this country, but right at the top of the list was when I think he was over in India.
Yep.
And he was bowling on that pitch.
Yep.
And it was like... He bowled it and he got the ball stuck in his hand, and I think the ball bounced about 12 times before it got to the other end of the pitch. You can't do that, Prime Minister.
No.
In India, they're going to judge us really harshly on that.
And I love that his advisors were like, this is a great, great media opportunity for you. Just bowl the ball, John. And next minute, he goes viral.
And he was like, I swear I'm an athlete. I walk every morning in my Wallabies tracksuit.
Yes.
1908, the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, was formed in Washington, D.C.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and then not long after that, of course, we got Agent Mulder and Scully, which is apparently based on true events, and they were real characters who worked in the FBI, I believe.
What? Chasing aliens?
I'm talking X-Files, mate.
Oh, okay, mate.
Come on.
Righto.
Was it real? You didn't watch X-Files?
Not really.
Really?
No, I don't like that stuff. I don't like, thinking about what else is out there in the universe.
I mean, Agent Mulder particularly really made us expand our minds and question, is there really anything out there? Probably not. 1986, Mike Tyson defeated Marvis Frazier in a boxing match lasting just 30 seconds.
What's his name? Marvis?
Marvis. Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Mike was like, that's an awful name. Cop this. Bang. Saw that coming, didn't you, Marvis?
I don't even need to organise a boxing match. I just want to punch you in the face because your name's Marvis.
Yeah, exactly right. You deserve that, Marvis. That's on you. Actually, it's on your parents, but you could have had it changed. 1987, the Sydney Swans kicked the club record 36 goals, 20 behinds, 236 at the SCG to defeat the Bombers 11-7-73. That's a big day out.
How many did Buddy kick that day?
Yeah, Buddy.
700?
Buddy, I don't think he was playing given it was 1987.
Okay.
Probably wasn't born, but love that you're trying to contribute. Love that. If you do know as well, what about Warwick Kappa? He would have been playing then. How many did he contribute? 0400 919 919. Just Kappa getting around. Warwick Kappa, IQ of 3, but he can leap like a flea. Warwick Kappa.
I'm just saying, my point being that Buddy is that good. He probably would have kick 10 before he was even born.
Was that your point, though? Is you backtracking? Number one song in July 26 in 2009 was I Got a Feeling by Black Eyed Peas.
Oh, yes, Will I Am.
I got a feeling you had no idea what was happening when we were talking about the Swans before.
The biggest breaking story this town has ever seen. This is huge. I just got valuable info. This is so juicy. Jodies Juice.
Shocking one for you this morning, you big NBA fan. So the 18-year-old son of basketball superstar LeBron James has been rushed to hospital after suffering a cardiac arrest. So he's a promising basketballer himself with the Uni of Southern California. He was doing a workout when the medical incident struck. He was taken to hospital, immediately placed in intensive care, but thankfully he's since been removed from ICU and is in a stable condition. Here is NBA analyst Stephen A. Smith, or Stephen A as you like to call him.
If you know anything about LeBron James, who can say whatever they want, but nobody debates what a wonderful, loving father he is and how much he loves his children, especially Bronny. You hear something like this, you just thank the good Lord that the medical staff was there in attendance, that he wasn't practicing by himself with nobody around.
Yeah, it's outrageous stuff. Yeah, so, because he's going to be a very, very hot prospect when he gets in there.
A lot of pressure on that kid. Can you imagine your dad's LeBron James?
A lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Like so much pressure. And they got Bryce coming up as well, who's probably gone under the radar, but he's going to be really good as well.
Okay.
So LeBron's big plan is to keep on playing long enough that he gets to play with or against his son.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, but what about the vibes when your old man's in the same locker room as you as well? And young Bronny's trying to talk about what's happening tonight.
Yeah.
And Dad's like, no, we're going home. We've got dinner on.
Yeah.
It doesn't work, does it?
Juicy. The casting director for box office smash Barbie has opened up about the Hollywood actors who turned down the opportunity to play one of the film's many Kens. So, of course, Ryan Gosling is the key Ken. But Schitt's Creek star Dan Levy apparently turned it down.
Wow.
Dear Evan Hansen's Ben Platt turned it down, and Saturday Night Live comedian Bowen Yang were also approached about being in Barbie. Here you go.
How good was Dan Levy?
It's white. You're wearing a white dress.
Duh, it's black and white themed. What was I supposed to show up in, pink?
Or black. You're walking me down the aisle in a wedding dress. Everyone's gonna think we're getting married to each other.
Brother and sister, for the record. Oh dear. The initial plans for Barbie back in 2016 were for Amy Schumer to star.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
And in an unexpected merging of worlds, Oppenheimer star Cillian Murphy, who of course starred in Peaky Blinders and has the most beautiful blue eyes any man has ever had, said if there's a Barbie sequel, he'd like to play Ken.
Okay.
There you go.
That's an interesting. That's going to be an interesting follow-up, isn't it?
Sure is.
Yeah.
Hey, millions of fans are going to be desperate to grab a copy of Britney Spears' memoir when it comes out in October. Not so Justin Timberlake and Colin Farrell, who've held up the release for about 4 months because she reveals intimate details of their relationships.
Wow. Colin Farrell. Did you say Colin Farrell?
Yeah, Colin Farrell.
The Irishman.
Yeah.
Wow.
They went out in the early noughties.
I didn't know that.
Didn't you?
Were we all aware that Colin and Britney hit it off?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Okay.
There you go.
Been around Colin Farrell too, by the way.
Yeah.
Famous pants man. Well, he was.
Whoa.
Yeah, absolutely.
Righto.
Okay.
Juicy.
What wasn't it?
There's an article in the Advertiser getting around this morning about the replacement for the beautiful Amelia Mulcahy, who is about to pop out her second child and just looks absolutely glorious. Little brother or sister for Gracie.
Yeah.
Some names touted to replace her. I'm going to throw them at you, and I just want to get your response without you betraying any confidences that may have been released via email from Channel 7.
Do you know what, though? I'll just jump in straight away. Like, I don't know. Don't tell me.
So Hans is one.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is this a list?
Yeah, it's a list. On the list, yeah.
Right.
Hans. Tim Noonan.
Oh, Tim Noonan.
Come back.
Very quirky. Was Tim Noonan back in the day?
Quirky. One of my favourite pieces to camera of all time was when Tim Noonan was hanging upside down. He did a story about bats.
It was a fruit bat. It was a fruit bat. Oh, the best piece of cameras that you've ever seen. He also did one where he was inside a vending machine. Oh, my
Classic
God.
Noonan,
10 out of 10 for creativity, Tim Noonan.
So any chance Tim might come back?
Oh, I'm not sure, but he was a fan favourite, Tim Noonan.
Yeah.
Everyone knows who Tim Noonan is.
Anne Wills, is it another one?
Oh, yeah?
And Gertie Sperling. who has filled in before and does a magnificent job.
Well, what I would say is that, first and foremost, Amelia Mulcahy, irreplaceable.
Yes.
But if there's someone who would do an absolutely magnificent job, then it would be Gertie Spilling.
Okay.
Yes.
So your money's on Gertie.
Well, so I can't stress this enough. They don't tell me anything. So I'm not sure.
Oh, dear. That's my juice.
Oh, what a dark day it was yesterday for Twitter. Dead and buried.
Oh.
Reformed as X.
Yeah, so the little birdie's gone to God.
Yeah.
Like little Petey off Dumb and Dumber.
Little Petey. His head fell off. It was pretty old.
Yeah, and then they sticky taped it back on, remember?
Yeah. We got no food. Our pets' heads are falling off. Oh, one of the great movies. I mean, if ever there was a movie that was a theme for this show, Jodie and Hayesy, it probably is Dumb and Dumber.
Pull over! No, it's a cardigan, but thanks for noticing.
Oh, good stuff.
Oh, anyway.
I mean, text through on 0499 919 919 your favourite Dumb and Dumber quotes. We'll have some fun with that. So now it's X instead of Twitter.
Right.
I mean, I sent an X out last night about Willie Rioli.
Oh, what'd you say?
Just that he's had his too much being reduced to one. But it's not quite the same, isn't it? Oh, are you going to X that? No, it's part of the fun, isn't it? Are you going to tweet that?
It's one of those ones, it's like when they changed the name of a stadium, Amy Stadium was always going to be Amy Stadium.
Yeah.
It was never going to be anything else. Priceline Stadium, nah, it's a park. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like Cardinia Park or GMHBA? I'll go Cardinia Park, thanks.
Yeah, thanks anyway.
It makes me think, though, when have some of these bosses or really important people, when did they go in a different direction? They really should have just stayed in their lane.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Elon. What he did with electric cars and Tesla, incredible. Incredible. It's changing humanity.
Yes.
And then you go, well, maybe I'll jump into the social media game.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane, mate.
Elon, know your role.
Oh, my gosh. Can I give you my top 3 examples of people who should have stayed in their lane?
Yes, please.
I'll go to a sports area first of all.
How shocking.
Yeah, Michael Jordan. Should have stayed in his lane. No baseball.
No.
Oh, my gosh.
It almost tarnishes their legacy a little bit, doesn't it?
Well, it kind of makes you go, well, if he didn't do that, you could always say, I bet you he could have played awesome baseball.
Yeah.
But the fact that he did it, you're like, no, he couldn't have. Because he tried and he wasn't very good at it.
It was horrible.
Yeah. The other one for me as well, of course, is Peter Garrett. Going from this, where he's dancing around like an absolute champion, like a wacky, wailing, inflatable tube man out the front of a car dealership, to politics?
Yeah.
Oh, stick to the beautiful music. Listen to it. Doesn't work. Didn't work.
It's a good point that you make.
Yeah. Stick to your roots, Pete.
And also, politics isn't sexy.
No.
Is it? Like, what this is like, this is sexy.
I mean, just do yourself a favour and Google this right now. You will see the sexiest man on the planet. Completely bald.
Yeah.
Dancing with so much non-rhythm that it's rhythmic. Does that make sense?
No. Not at all.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
The top person for me who should have really stayed in their lane was probably Paris Hilton. Stay in your lane, Paris. I mean, stick to making blue movies. Thank you very much.
How very dare
What are you talking about?
I love this song.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. It's hard to know what you're thinking about right now. Are you thinking about this song with Paris Hilton, or are you thinking about some of her early work as a movie star of the blue variety?
And then she went on, she did reality TV with, who was that girl?
Kate Ritchie. No, it wasn't Kate Ritchie. It was Nicole Ritchie. It wasn't Kate Ritchie.
No, it wasn't Kate. It wasn't little Sally Fletcher. Don't do that.
Oh, jeez. My mind is so scrambled for the last sort of 2 minutes. I'm sorry about that.
But I defy you to get that song out of your head now.
Yeah, okay, good luck. Let's leave you with a little bit more of this. Big show it was. We did it thanks to What If, of course. What If it is Aussie for travel. We played Cash with the Car, which will return tomorrow with us, but throughout the day as well with Maddie and DC. Take charge, get into Hamilton MG, 2 locations, Brighton and Morford Vale. Search Hamilton MG. Big show coming up tomorrow.
Huge show coming up tomorrow, and I can't wait for it.
Yes. Battle of the Bangers.
Yep.
We're going to reveal our songs for tomorrow, which is going to be really nice because it's the gap's closing in terms of winning.
Oh, what are we looking at here?
6-5.
That says 6-4, doesn't it? Oh, no, 6-5. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, make sure you catch up on the podcast and we will catch you bright and early tomorrow. Please enjoy your Wednesday.
Adelaide's Jodie and Hayesy.